weird going live, you guys. It's been a while. I think it's 3 weeks since the last live stream. So I'm trying to get this all set up here. There we go. How's that look, you guys? Can you hear me and everything? You can see where we are in the woods. There's elk out here. Let's see. I didn't see any elk. No, I did see elk today. Yeah, we've been seeing elk a lot. Big herd. I saw a big herd of elk. But I saw something today with the dogs. We were out hiking. And I still don't know what it was. It was like a little, hey Scotty P, what's up? We saw it was probably about this big, and it was white, like almost bright white, but kind of more like dirty white. And I just couldn't place the coloration of it. But you know what I was thinking was, when I see something in the woods, I really trust my instinct to determine what kind of animal it is. And you guys might see some elk walk by out here, maybe some deer. So keep an eye out. Let me know if you see something. But if I see something, and a lot of times it's like through trees or through cactus, out in the brush, so you don't get a really clear image of it, especially if it scurries off. In this case, it didn't seem to notice that I was there. Me and the dogs were there, so it didn't scurry away. I'm gonna write down some of these things you guys are saying. It didn't scurry away, but my first instinct was a baby coyote or a baby wolf. And then the way that it kind of walked down, it made me think even more of a cat. And I was thinking, what could be that size? Well, it's not a full-grown bobcat, because it was smaller than a full-grown bobcat, probably about half the size of a full-grown bobcat. It was big though, it was big. It was I'd say it was about the size of a porcupine. And then I kind of thought of that too, like a porcupine, because it was kind of almost rounded shaped. But the best I can think of is a rabbit. And I've seen cottontail rabbits out here. I'm sure there's jackrabbits out here too. But it didn't strike me as a jackrabbit because I didn't see the ears. And it walked, rabbits will kind of walk. The cottontail rabbits I've seen around here, though, they're gray. They're like the typical, kind of dark gray, dark brown color with a white tail. But this was all like a white, kind of a pasty white color. So I don't know what that creature was, but I'm just giving you guys a little sneak peek to one of the videos coming up. I got a couple cool videos that are edited, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing the live stream today, is because I have a video that's going to go live tomorrow that I think you guys are going to really like. And it's in this same location, but it's still covered in snow in the video. So you can see it's melted now. So you guys are kind of getting a little sneak peek. But after that video, and this is going to be in a few days, I'll release this video. It's literally, I made a little post about it, so you can kind of go back on the Got Out channel and look at our post, and you'll see the post that I did about it. And I posted a video about it on our Patreon page too. And I made that video free, so you don't have to be a donating member on Patreon. You can be a free member on Patreon and watch the video. But if you don't want to go to our Patreon page to see it, then you can wait a few days, and I'll post the whole video on YouTube, so everybody will get to see it. But it was literally the scariest. Was it the scariest moment in my life? I mean, I guess basically, it would be one of the top scariest moments of my life. Yes. The scary moment now, it only lasted a few minutes, but I was shaking. I was literally shaking. And when I was in safety, and you guys put it down in the comments right now if you can guess what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give it away what happened, but you could probably guess what happened. Both the dogs were with me, and well, we'll get into it in a different video, but or in a different live stream. We can talk. We can like talk about the video that's coming up when you see it. Was it a Karen? I was like literally. I just want to reinforce this idea that I was literally scared. Scared. I was so scared, and I had to quickly think what the safest course of action was. And oh man, it's so intense. So intense. I keep thinking about this. And for days afterwards, because this happened now about a week ago, for days afterwards, I was like freaking out about it. And I couldn't edit the video. That's what it was. I couldn't edit the video. I started editing the video like you kind of got to watch it and then cut the parts out and kind of move parts around a little bit. And I couldn't do it because it was getting me anxious again. I was getting that scared feeling. I was like, oh, I need to just put this video off for a little while and edit it a little bit later. But now that video's all edited, and yeah, I did put a little dramatic music behind it. And that was because at first I didn't put dramatic music behind it because I thought, well, the video speaks for itself. And you can see in my face that I'm scared, like it's genuine. I'm very scared. But I just felt like maybe like you guys, maybe not you guys, but some of the audience of the channel wouldn't understand like the fear. And so I knew if I just put like a little bit of a scary tone behind part of the video. Coatimundi, I haven't seen any Coatimundi yet. It could be what I saw, but no, I would have seen the tail. This thing didn't have a big bushy tail at all. And that's why I thought of a bobcat, actually, because I thought, well, it doesn't have a tail. I'm not seeing any kind of a tail. And a coyote will keep their tail kind of down. They don't really have their tail up. So it could have been a coyote, like a young coyote. But so I put a little bit of scary music behind it just to kind of get that feeling across. Just to make sure that when people watch it, they can understand what I'm feeling inside. Because you can definitely see it on my face. So you guys wait for that video. So we're out here in the woods. This is the Coconino National Forest. The dogs and I love this place, this forest, and I mean, and we're gonna stay in around the Coconino National Forest for a while. There's a lot of places you can camp, kind of near the Grand Canyon. That turns into a different forest. I forget what that's called, but we camp up there too. It's just such a cool place. And literally right now, you saw the snow that we had here. It is very cool out. It's actually drizzling a little bit right now. You can probably see the raindrops on the window a little bit. And there's nobody out here. The dogs and I are there. I mean, there are people out here, but right where we are, there's nobody around. So the dogs and I, we feel really secluded. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do the live stream tonight. Not just because it's been a few weeks since we've done it, but just to kind of engage with some other human beings. So you guys are going to be my entertainment tonight. Is it Tonto National Forest? No, I don't think I've ever been to Tonto National Forest. Is that where are you thinking that's up by the Grand Canyon? I was going to say that's the Kaibab. That could be what it is. So, somebody was asking me if I've seen this movie, The Call. Is it The Call of the Wild? I did write it down last time. Call of the West. So I'm going to write it down again. And actually, I've been watching some movies. If you guys want to know what movies I've been watching lately, let me know, because I'll pull them out. I've been watching them on DVD. I got a Blu-ray player in the trailer. And so with the snow and then this rainy weather, that's kind of what I do is I watch movies. So I watch maybe one movie a day. I watched Jaws last night. which of course I've seen that a million times. So I do have to watch Call of the West, I guess. I look like Billy Joel. Maybe, I guess. Funky Monkey. Yeah, Funky Monkey. It's weird being on YouTube, especially. I mean, I don't know if this comes across to you guys, but for a guy like me, it's a very weird thing to do a YouTube channel. The main reason that I do a YouTube channel is because pretty much my whole life I've made videos. So like editing videos, like low budget movies. I've always been creative in that way, but never in front of the camera, never. And living this lifestyle, there's nobody around that I can really like make videos with or make movies with. I got the dog, so I try to put them in videos sometimes. But Dodger is not. He does not like to be on camera, so he's no help there. So that was one thing I had to get over was to be on camera. And so like you're saying like, "Oh, you look like Billy Joel." It's like that's weird for me to have people like, of course you're seeing my face and my personality and all that stuff. But it's weird for me. It's really weird. And I just have to get over that. And I got over a lot of that like weird feeling of like I don't want to be on camera, I don't want to have to edit my face and my voice. I do want stuff to edit. I want footage to edit and I want to show people like the lifestyle. And so all those things kind of came together and then I realized all I have to do is get over the idea of being on camera. And I love YouTube, as a viewer, and I realized like there's a lot of people on YouTube that I like to watch and I don't really care what they look like or um, if they mess up their words or whatever. It's like you kind of attach to their personality or to their on-camera presence or the information they're providing, or you trust them. And I realized that that's really what YouTube is about. It's not so much like, I mean, the stuff that I watch, like there is stuff where it's like, oh, I'm going to put on makeup and look a certain way. And actually, I did kind of do my hair a little bit today because I was like, I'm going to be on camera. But it's a weird thing. So when you're saying like you look like Billy Joel, or sometimes people talk about the way you look or the way your hair is, it's really weird for me. So mostly I just brush that off to the side and just kind of ignore it. But I mean, I don't know, Funky Monkey, what do you look like? Your last video was all about snowing. It was all snowing out. It looks melted. Yeah, it is totally melted. The video I'm going to release tomorrow, you'll still see a bunch of snow and you'll see the melting process and you'll see what happens when the snow melts. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It was not pretty. So you'll see all that. So you're getting a sneak peek now of like real time. But the video I'm going to release tomorrow is several days in the past. So now what we're getting is, since the snow's melted, we're getting rain and a lot of overcast skies. And it's a good thing I put my solar panels. I got 4 solar panels now. And we're getting plenty of power. Even when it's overcast, like I get enough power to kind of run the heater at night if I need to. And like I was saying, watch movies. I can run my Blu-ray player and my TV. And I'm keeping this battery. I'm keeping this thing charged. You can see it's like 74% right now, 72%. I'm able to keep that charged just with the 4 panels that I have, even with a lot of overcast skies. It's really amazing. I think people underestimate the power of solar power. And even if it's overcast out, I mean, it's amazing. You can still get some kind of decent power. I am like a pretty low power consumption nomad. I don't use a lot of AC power, if any. And it's mostly just basic stuff that I'm running. The most energy draining thing I run is probably the TV and the refrigerator. uses a little bit of power. And of course the heater, like that's the big one. So I'm looking at your guys' comments here, your questions. I hope you have questions. Give me some questions. Truhan says, "Hey man, just found your channel a few weeks ago. Really digging it." That's nice, Truhan. Truhan. I get so many good comments, and man, it really makes me feel good because it makes me feel like you guys are like kind of getting what we're doing out here, right? It's like I'm just some dude, and I started a YouTube channel, and I have this lifestyle that I wanted to share with people and hopefully inspire people. And I love it when I get comments. I'll keep reading the rest of your comment because maybe it turns into a crap fest here in a second. But I love getting comments that are positive and make me feel like, oh, people are getting it. People are understanding my show, my channel, like what I'm trying to do. They're not taking it the wrong way, or they're not expecting something that my channel isn't, right? It's like sometimes you guys ask for more cooking segments, and it's like I'm like, it's not really my bag. It's not really my favorite thing to do or to show. Of course, I cook every night. I'm gonna make a pizza as soon as this live stream is done. But I love your comments when they make me feel like you guys are getting it, like what this channel is, right? It's like I don't have the greatest channel, but I have a channel that I try to focus and be, fairly unique, fairly original. But at the same time, it's like there's tons of stuff I don't do. One thing here, let me show you something. I see this all the time. You guys ever see this shot, right? Like someone getting into their car, and then there's a close up of their keys, their keychain, and their hand going into the ignition, going and starting up the car, or like getting into their house or into their trailer, like that shot. It's like in so many people's videos. I hate that. I hate that shot so much. I get it in a sense, like people do like that stuff, but it's not the way. It's not my channel. And like the road shots, like the long driving road shots, like the Campulence man does that a lot. He's got a cool channel. I watch a fair amount of his videos, so I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, like, when he shows those long shots of him driving on the road, I fast forward through that or I skip it, and it's just not something I feel like I want to record or I want to share. It's just me. Like, that's just my personality, right? So Truhan, I'm going to keep reading your comment here. It says, reminds me a lot of the old school full-time RV YouTube videos. You're probably my favorite full-time RV YouTuber now. Oh, that's really sweet, Truhan. That's really, really cool. That's really nice. There's a lot of cool RV YouTubers. One guy that I really like, and if you like our channel, then check out this guy. What's it called? Fate Unbound. He used to do it with his wife, but his wife isn't on there anymore, and I think his channel is so much better for it. He's the guy that he has a dog, a big, I think it's a Rottweiler dog. Fate Unbound. Check out his channel. It's like really chill, really kind of just basic and simple, but he has really good shots, really nice editing, and he knows his stuff. And he's a real nomad. In the video that I watched today of his, he was saying how in 8 years he's only been at like a handful of RV parks. I think he said like 5 or 6. And he mostly stays in areas like where we are in public land, BLM land, national forests. Thanks, you guys. Rockstar Nomad. Yeah, I do play guitar actually. I've been thinking about how I can integrate my guitar into the channel. If you go back and watch some of my early videos, like my early videos, you pretty much you won't even see my face in them or me talking. But I did the soundtrack for most of those videos on my own. Like I recorded the music for those videos, and some of it's cool, some of it's kind of bad, but some of it's cool. Truhan says, I'm a truck driver now, just working on getting out of debt, and then I'm going to buy a cargo trailer. Oh, that's smart. Cargo trailer, yeah. If you're a truck driver, then I'm sure you'll pick a really, your stuff. I'm sure you'll pick a cool cargo trailer, something basic but that's strong. And then you can put windows in it, skylights in it, wherever you want. Like, that's a really cool way to do it. A rig like this is cool because it's all built out. But, you know, they're not built super strong. The frame on them is not particularly strong. I think a cargo trailer, you'll have a better chance of getting a good, strong frame. Kitty Poops says, was it difficult to figure out how live streams work? Yeah, actually, yeah. This, I think we've probably done maybe a dozen live streams here on the channel. And this is the first one where I'm not actually testing a feature or trying something new or messing up. It seems like I haven't messed up yet. But if you go back and watch our first live streams, we did some really good live streams. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and all you guys, because you guys gave me questions and comments and I went through them. And so I'm learning. There's so much I had to learn. But it was really fun, Kitty Poops. You should give it a shot. What has been my scariest animal encounter? Well, it says, I saw the episode of the snake recently. Okay, well, you're going to see in a few days, I'm going to release a video that is absolutely, without a doubt, the scariest animal encounter that I've ever had. And it was mostly situational. I mean, it was, you know, it's a kind of animal that can do a lot more than just hurt you. Like, I'm trying not to give it away, right? It can kill you. And that said, like, I've encountered mountain lion. I've only seen one mountain lion, and very close, and it was hunting. I was in the middle of its hunting path. I've told the story before, but I've encountered mountain lion, lots of bears, lots of black bears, and some of them were scarier than others. But most of them, you know, I don't know, it's something about, especially when it's a mammal, even the mountain lion, it was looking right at me, and it was in hunting, literally in hunting mode. It was literally chasing two baby deer that literally jumped over my head. But something about mammals, I feel, and I feel like I'm good with dogs, and when I see even a bear, or in that case of the mountain lion, or coyotes, I feel like I can kind of determine what their mood is or what's going to happen. You know, should I be scared? Do I need to back away? Do I need to make a noise? That kind of thing. So I'm generally pretty calm around big mammals. But I mean, yeah, we've encountered everything. The only thing I haven't encountered is a wolf. I've been charged by, or like a bluff charge by a huge elk with a rack, and it was like 30 feet away. That was in my early YouTuber days. I was being a stupid YouTuber, which I don't do anymore. I'm not a dumb YouTuber anymore, making stupid mistakes, you know. Oh, just please none of these top 10 videos. Once people do those, it's the death of their channels for me. Well, I'm glad you said that, Patrick, because honestly, like, I've been thinking about that more. Is like, oh, I need to do videos that say, like, the top 10 things you need. You know, you won't survive if you don't have these 5 items in your backpack, you know, that kind of stuff, because people like those videos, like lists and stuff like that. And I don't really do those kind of videos, but those videos I think work better with like getting new audiences in. So if you see me do some of those videos and you think they're bad and you hate them, just let me know. Like, I'm curious what everybody thinks. Yeah, I've had a snake in the engine of the truck. If you guys haven't seen that video, go watch that, because I thought it was a rattler. I'm giving it away now that it wasn't a rattler, but I treated it like it was because I wasn't sure. Nomad Dad says, I love your channel. I listen all the time while I'm traveling on the road. Oh, and Nomad Dad has a star by his name. I think that means you're a member of the channel, Nomad Dad. That's freaking awesome. I haven't announced the members for the channel here on YouTube because I'm still kind of figuring out how I'm going to integrate that with the channel. The Patreon page is like fully integrated. Like if you go to our Patreon page, I post a couple videos there every week. And a lot of times they're update videos, and then sometimes it's like behind the scenes or like miscellaneous like footage, deleted scenes and stuff like that. But a lot of like real-time updates. But I think Nomad Dad is a channel member here. And the main benefit of being a channel member right now is like it does help out the channel. Like it costs like a few bucks, and then I get like $2 of it or something every month. So that helps out. But the main benefit other than that is that your comment is always highlighted for me. So if you ever have a question, then I won't miss it. Because I've been getting a lot of comments on the videos, and I do try to answer them a lot. But so many come in, I have to stop doing that. I have to just keep making videos for you guys and just focus on that, really. What do I use for editing? Well, I'll tell you this, the freaking Heoli. What do you use for editing? Keep it simple. So it sounds like you probably want to do some editing. I would say keep it as simple as possible. And just edit some stuff together. And then if your needs change, then you can upgrade to something else, right? But I still use, it will blow your mind, but it's like I edit videos in the most simple way possible for myself, because then that way I don't get frustrated. I don't have to like update stuff, or I don't even have to pull out my computer. Fate Unbound just posted from the Grand Canyon. Yeah, that's the video I watched. That's not necessarily one of his best videos, but I still watch the whole thing. I mean, it's still worthy of watching that video. His last couple before that, I really enjoyed. He's really doing really cool videos. He only puts out like one video a week now, but they remind me a lot of our channel here, the Got Out channel. I can't express it enough. Like I really like his channel. In fact, like I think he's camped really near to where I am right now. I was thinking like, oh man, that'd be so cool if I ran into him. But it's, I wouldn't want people just like, oh, hey, there's the Got Out guy, pulling in. And at courtside that happened a fair amount, but out here in the woods, like that would be weird. Hey, Scotty P, thanks for that. Digger Doc says, I think what you're doing is cool. I've been watching for a little while. Do you give out your first name? Well, what we're doing is cool. Yeah, this is our lifestyle. Like, we live this way. Me and the dogs. Echo's back there sleeping. And you've seen Dodger. He's the guy with the leg brace. And, man, Dodger, we hiked over 2 miles today. And yesterday we did like 3 miles. Crazy. And part of it was kind of rough. And then most of it, though, I try to be on these roads, which are really pretty nice, dirt roads for hiking. And so he can do that really well. But yeah, this is our lifestyle, and I think it's cool too. And that's why I wanted to share it on YouTube. Do I give out my first name? Yeah, actually, I give out my first name all the time when I meet people in person. I do, because it's just like how they tell me their name and I say hi. I'm. But we've talked about this before on the live streams. That's one of my most popular questions, and I'm really into this show called Lost, which you guys have probably all seen that. So that's the one where they're in the plane. It's a TV show. It's like from 2004. And actually, I'm in the middle of the very last episode right now. I got to finish it tonight. I've seen it a few times, the whole series, so I know what happens. But for me, that show Lost, it's all about. I mean, this is what it's about. It's about mystery. And if you guys watch my channel enough, you'll see some influences from that show. I'm really into the mystery, and I've just decided, and I'm sticking with this, that you don't really need to know my name. And I feel like it's more mysterious. I could be wrong about that. Like, it could be a stupid move for a YouTuber to like not give out your name, but I don't know. I just like the mystery of it. It's kind of like when we're at these places, when we're camped in these places. I don't usually say where I am. Like right now, like in this live stream, I told you guys that we're in the Coconino National Forest. But as far as like specifics where we're camped, I don't really give that stuff away just because it's kind of the mystery. I want you guys to be curious about, whoa, it's this kind of trees, it's this kind of landscape. He's seeing these kind of animals. And it kind of gets your mind thinking in your own way rather than me just saying, oh, yeah, we're at this exit. That's why I don't do the road footage as well. That's another reason why, is because it's like it just kind of eviscerates the mystery. Now, if you get on my Patreon though, and here's the ad moment, right? You guys, if you want to help out the channel, go to our Patreon page. You can sign up there. There's free memberships, and you'll get access to a few of the videos. But if you pay $5 a month, Patreon's awesome because they take like 10 or 15%. YouTube takes a lot more. But if you sign up on the Patreon, that helps us out a lot. We get like $4.50 or something like that. And if you have questions, like specific questions, then I'll answer for my Patreon members. I'll answer pretty much anything on Patreon. And if you want to know like a specific place we're camped, then I will give that information away on Patreon. Because then I'm doing it one-on-one, I'm not ruining the mystery, and I'm also not, destroying some of my favorite areas. Like if you want to know exactly where we're camped, I will tell you on Patreon. Shoot, if I was attacked by a black bear, oh my God. I just would hope that I was recording footage. You guys ever seen The Grizzly Man, that movie? Oh, you got to see that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. The Grizzly Man. Okay, I'm going to rip through some of these comments here because you guys are leaving a lot of questions, and I appreciate that, so keep doing it. When you moved from the desert, why did you go so far up in altitude? To get away from the heat. And then, yeah, and then I guess I did it a little bit earlier this year than I usually do, and we got the snow. And I loved it. Like, we had a great time in the snow. It's just a little bit nerve-wracking when you realize you can't leave if you want to leave because there's snow. So you can't see the roads. I have a 4x4 truck, so I could probably make it. Like, I would have to give it a shot if there was an emergency. That was the only bad thing about being in the snow. Sultan, Washington. Sultan, Washington is a cool place. I've hung out there a little bit, but they have my favorite thing about Sultan is the mini chapel. It's this little tiny chapel. It's like a roadside attraction. I'm sure D Nicely knows what I'm talking about. Big elk in the mountains, yeah, a huge elk. Just right here, every morning now I have to check, and every night I have to check before I let Echo out to make sure there's no elk walking around in our campsite, because they'll be right out here, just right out here. They're very skittish. The elk around here, the way I figure it is they're like super wild. They're very wild elk. They don't see people very often. So when they see us, they pretty much take off. Thanks, you guys, Ruth and Christopher John, for your comments. That's really nice. No, I haven't seen a chupacabra. There was a guy and his dog killed in the Everglades a few days ago. Well, probably okay, killed in the Everglades, so that means there are panthers out there. They call them panthers out there. It's just a mountain lion, um, but probably alligator. That's what I'm thinking. Attacked by a black bear. Okay, that's pretty scary. Nomad Dad. Nomad Dad, thanks for the super chat. That's super nice. What app did you find the most useful for finding cool camping spots? Oh, that's a good question. And I'll tell you right now, actually, we should talk about that. Nomad Dad, thank you. I've used a few apps. There's some free ones. But absolutely, I would say it's called iOverlander. That's what I rely on for finding new places. I also rely on that for finding water. And then you can use it for other things too, for finding propane and then also paid campsites, RV parks, and stuff like that. But for finding free, like secret spots in the woods or in the desert, then I use iOverlander. And people will post pictures there. And you should really scout around yourself too, but use iOverlander to get you to these places. And then find places that aren't exactly on iOverlander. You'll find your own little spots, kind of in those same areas. But iOverlander, absolutely, if you want to travel full time and camp out in the woods, especially if you have like a rig, like a van or something like that, iOverlander, hands down, I would say absolutely get that. Now, they did just update their app and they made it, it's not as cool. When they change apps, you're like, they like update it and you're like, oh crap, it was so much better before. So since I just left Quartzsite now, I've had to start using it again. And it's a little different now. Like you have to download a state. So when I leave Arizona and I go to say Utah, then I gotta download the Utah data and then it'll delete all the Arizona data. And that's because it's free. If you do the pay version, then you can download like all the data. You don't have to update it every time you go to a new state. So that's kind of annoying, but that's not that big of a deal. I usually have a good cell connection, so it's okay. Okay, so there's other apps though too that I do use, and you might check them out. All Stays. That's mainly for like if you're looking for campgrounds, like in RV parks. It's kind of more the people that need hookups. All Stays is a good app. It'll also give you a list of like where all the Costco's and Big Five and Cabela's and the Cracker Barrels and all the gas stations and stuff like that. Freecampsites.net. I don't know if that's an app, but it's a website. I think it might be an app. I'm not sure. I haven't used it in a while, but that's a good one because it's free and it's really, people put a lot of reviews on there. Freecampsites.net. I think those are the main three. But really all you need is iOverlander. The trick is with iOverlander, if you have a big rig like a fifth wheel, or even me like having a trailer, you really got to make sure you're going to a place that isn't just a place for like people that have 4x4 rigs. I have a 4x4 truck, so I can get to those places, but not with a trailer. With the trailer, I'm very limited, so I have to do a little bit of extra research. Very cool, you guys. I've been watching Nomad videos for over 10 years now, and I really can't stand gimmicky stuff. Just like real life more now. What's some of the gimmicky stuff that you don't like with Nomad channels? I'm curious. That's from Truth is Jesus. Christopher says it was an interdimensional call. Okay. Corncob says there's a tuber has a recliner bike that does Africa. He got chased by elephants and bees. John asks, what does it roughly cost a month for nomads to live? I like your channel. Thanks, John. What does it roughly cost? Well, if you're staying in places like I stay where it's free, then it's basically free. So you're just paying for, like I go into town sometimes, I got to buy water. Sometimes I have to pay for water. Propane, is like $3 to $4 a gallon. So it's just kind of those basic things. And then there's things like maintenance. I'll tell you guys a secret for maintenance, man. The windshield on my truck is cracked and it sucks so much. It just happened like just the other day. So I got to figure that out. So it's kind of just basic things, really. The main things you're paying for is your fuel, and you need fuel, water, food, and maintenance. And that's because I'm not staying in an RV park. You stay in an RV park, you can find RV parks for $25 a day, but a lot of them are going to be $60 a day. So you got to figure that into your cost. Hey, Chris James. Hey, good evening. Just saw this was on. Hey, Chris. I met up with Chris in Quartzsite. I met a lot of you guys in Quartzsite. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this right now is because I had fun meeting people in Quartzsite. Just randomly, I would bump into people a lot of times. That's how it would happen. And now that I'm out in the woods again, out on my own, like there's no Quartzsite around here. There's no like massive amount of nomads around. It's just there's random nomads out here. And there's a lot of weekenders and stuff like that. So I'm kind of it's just kind of weird. Like there's in Quartzsite, I meet people there all the time. So out here, it's like, oh, I haven't talked to anybody in a while. Maybe I should do a live stream. Hey, Linda, I'm glad you made it. Once someone becomes a shill, I'm out. Well, that's something we could talk about too. You guys, let me know what you think about having a sponsor. I really would like to get a sponsor because that would allow me to make more videos. But I don't, man. I don't want it to be. If you guys watch Nomadic Fanatic, I like the way he does it because at the beginning he says, I will be uploading this video with some connected internet. Click the description down below, and that's it. That's all he says. There's a little logo that pops up, so it's really unobtrusive, and so they probably pay him for every episode, whatever the amount is, and that would really help us out if I could do something simple like that. If I got to do the ad break where it's like a minute and a half in the middle of a video, like I really do not want to do that. I mean, if somebody paid me enough, I might do it, but like I really don't want to do it that way. I'd rather just have somebody that's a sponsor. Basically, I can just do a little tiny little blurb, like less than 30 seconds. I mean, I'm talking like 10 or 15 seconds. And that's it. And they could sponsor the whole channel. And then I wouldn't need to do other sponsors. Rewards of Wanderlust. Dodger seems to be doing great. He is. Oh my gosh, he's doing. It's crazy. We hiked like over 2 miles today, but well, about a little bit over 2 miles. We were out for 2 hours, and we come back on the road. And when he sees the trailer, he starts running back to the trailer. It's like, where did he get all this energy from? It's crazy. And what it is I've been giving them a can of wet food. I split it between the two dogs. Whenever we do a long hike, I give them each about half of a can of wet food. So that's what he's thinking. He's like, oh yeah, let's go back to the trailer so I can get my wet food. But to see him run like that, and he's not supposed to run, but the road is pretty like rock free. So it's kind of okay. It's just if he trips, like that's the bad thing. which is how he hurt his leg originally. Yeah, a lot of you guys know know my real name. I mean, I've met people every time if I meet someone in person, I'll tell you my name. Or if you ask on Patreon, I'll tell you my name. It's not a secret. It's just for the channel. It's like the YouTube channel is a big thing, right? Like sometimes I'll get, usually I'll get a few thousand views on a video, and sometimes you'll get thousands and thousands of views on a video. So it's a big thing. So I'm thinking about like the big picture. It's I'm thinking about the big picture, and I want the channel to always have a sense of mystery and awe. And I feel like that inspires people to kind of get out and do their own thing, and then they can kind of think about, oh, that guy that was doing the YouTube channel, he didn't show me everything. He didn't always explain everything in detail. He there was some mystery, and then when you get out there, you'll see what I'm talking about. The mystery that happens. It happened to me today. I was like, what the crap is happening to me? Bluff charged by a bear, then had mom and two cubs cross the road in front of me. Yeah, that would be scary. That would be scary. I've never seen cubs. I've seen a lot of black bears, but I've never with cubs. I'm scared I'm going to eat this whole box of Little Debbie cakes. Let's talk about Little Debbie cakes. Because just you saying that, I'm like, oh, I want some Little Debbie cakes. For the last, it must be almost a month now, I've been really good about not buying crap food. And I don't usually pig out, but sometimes I'll pig out. And I don't usually buy potato chips. But when I do, there was one time like a few months ago, I bought like 3 bags of potato chips, and they were gone in like 4 days. But in the trailer right now, all I have is like meals, like food. No, I don't have anything to munch on like snacks. I'm looking over here. I got lemons. I got some oranges. I have a banana and some avocados. Like that's about it. If I want a snack, I got cottage cheese. I got some olives, carrots, hummus. That's what I'm snacking on. Rather than like, I'll get like that tube of cookie dough, like that Nestle cookie dough. That stuff is good. I'll eat that stuff just raw. Or I'll get like a tub of ice cream or cookies, chocolates. But I've been so good, and I'm trying to get over that craving. It's mostly like sugar stuff that I crave, like Pop Tarts. So I'm trying to get over that craving, and being out here in the woods, it's like there's nothing I can do. It's I eat what I got in here, and basically everything I have in here is relatively healthy stuff. So there's no snacking going on in this trailer for a while now. And once you do that for a while, you'll get over the sugar. And then if you have a little bit of sugar, it's like, holy cow, that is like sweet. And you can't really eat that much of it. Had a bear rocking my truck camper in the middle of the night. I don't know. I don't really believe that. I'd have to see pictures. Yeah, Scotty P got me. He sent me a super chat one night, and he's like, "Get yourself a 6 pack of beer," and I did, and that is actually one thing that I did get. I bought a 12 pack last time I was in town. So I've had a few more beers than normal lately. What do I use for internet? I've been thinking about getting the Starlink, but right now we're just on the cell. So it seems like nobody's complaining. So it seems like I got a pretty good signal. I've been able to upload my videos from here, which is super awesome. I like being camped in areas where I know I can upload and keep a good schedule for you guys. to keep people entertained. I like to do 3 a week. If I don't do 3 a week, then I feel like, oh, I kind of slacked. Like I wasn't being as productive as I should have. Sometimes I can't. Like sometimes it's hard to upload. Um, and it's one of the other reasons why I'm doing a live stream for you guys tonight is because I wanted to upload a video today. Because usually I do, what is it, Tuesday? Usually I upload a video on Tuesdays. But I couldn't finish the thumbnail and title in time. It just racks my brain. And I was like, I'm going on a hike instead. So, but tomorrow I will release it. My insurance should recover a replacement over my windshield. I hope so. I will check. I don't think it's going to be covered, but man, I hope so. Hey, Debbie. Debbie's one of our Patreon members. Very cool. I do need to post a video up on Patreon. I think it's been a few days since I did. Thanks, Debbie. The freaking Haoli. Okay, so this person, I was gonna say guy. I don't know if you're a guy. I can't see your guys' pictures very well. They're super tiny. But the freaking Haoli is like is that person who's like, I hate it when my creators have sponsors when they start selling products. It's something that we have to do. Like if we want to keep creating, we do have to figure out a way to make it feasible. So I'm always kind of working on that, but I try to do it with a light touch. You know, even just telling you guys like, hey, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Like that's awkward for me, but you do have to do it. So I'm going to do that right now, you guys. Everybody hit the like button. Let me know you're watching. I want to know you're watching. We got 50 people in the chat right now and only 34 thumbs up. So let's get the thumbs up to 50. Please hit the thumbs up button. So the freaking Haoli says it's understandable to accept some sponsoring, but it's a fine line to it becoming just an infomercial. Yeah. I really like, I've told you guys about this girl's channel before, Tideline to Alpine. She has a super cool channel. It's very kind of artsy, and she has like I don't know, her personality is very earthy, right? Very earthy, kind of like hippie, very low key, very like just a really gentle show. She seems like a really sweet person. She gets into some kind of personal details in like her last video, and it's like the kind of video it's like I'm hooked on her story, and it's like I want to see these personal details. And she tells you the whole story. She's a good storyteller, but in the middle of her video, she has like, I think it was a 2.5 minute commercial. And she does that regularly for like some drink. It's like, oh, mix this in your water and then you know, cures everything or whatever. So they give her money to put this 2.5 minute commercial in the middle of her video. And I just fast forward through it. But it does give it like this weird feeling because it's like, she has this like cool, like down to earth channel. It's like really beautiful. She has really good cinematography, good editing, and she's a good storyteller. But then it has this chunk in the middle that's just this raw ad that seems kind of fake and cheesy. So it's kind of off-putting. But the thing is, her channel's so cool. It's fine, you know. I can fast forward through it, or I can skip through it, or whatever. It's no big deal. And you understand as a viewer, like, I like her channel. She's an honest person. She's doing a cool channel. She's showing us part of her life. She doesn't have to do that. And if she needs to put a 2.5 minute chunk to support her channel in there, then I'm not going to say crap about that. Like, I'm not going to unsubscribe from her channel because of that. Even though it's like off-putting. The kind of like the way she does it. So Chris says, don't become a product whore. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a line for that for everybody. My thing is like everything that you guys see me talk about, like I always talk about the things, the products honestly. And for the most part, it's stuff that I bought on my own. Like I was showing you guys this thing earlier. I've shown you this in my videos before. These guys, like, they sent me this for free. And I think they wanted me to do a video. And I said, oh, I don't do exclusive videos. I'll talk about it in one of my videos. And so I did that at one point or whatever. But like, it's a product I use all the time now. And so if I ever say, oh, I want to do a video about all the electronics that I use to live as a nomad, then I would show this product in there as well. And I'd say, hit the link down below because it goes to our Amazon link, and that helps us out. You have to do those things. For me, it's about being being honest. And somebody sent me a product, and man, it went tits up fast, and it was very disappointing. And I didn't do a review for them on the channel, but I am going to post that footage on the Patreon page. See how I'm selling you to my Patreon page there, Chris? Do you like that? It's raining right now. I can hear the rain. It's so awesome to be like, it's awesome to be talking to you guys right now from my trailer in the woods with the rain, pitch blackout, completely silent, nobody around, echoes snoring back here, Dodgers staring at me. It's like, it's kind of the best, you guys. It's kind of the best. I love it. I have to be careful because when I get to places like this, I'm like, I could live here forever. But I like to move. I do get sick of places, and I move on. Debbie says you would be a good person for sponsors. You are honest and don't BS. Thanks, Debbie. I would love to have a sponsor, and I still got to contact Echo's, the GPS collar that he wears, because I love that product, and I know a lot of people, if they use that product for their dog, they would love it too. I want to contact them and be like, hey, if you guys, give me some money for every video, and I'll put a little blurb, just a short blurb. I don't want to do like a full commercial. The truth is, like, some of my videos are practically commercials for that company already, because it's just because something that I used and I wanted other people to know about it. And then I say, click the link, and then we get like 3% on Amazon if you if you buy through that link. So it helps us out a little bit. But it's like I'm trying to share things to give people ideas and to help people that want to travel full time or live as nomads or just go out camping. And sometimes that includes showing products that I use and products that I depend on, things that I absolutely need and that I couldn't live without. I couldn't do this lifestyle without. And his collar is one of them. And they're not paying me to say that, not yet. Anna's Adventures. You guys watch her channel. Man, I've been wanting to ask Anna this question. Maybe she'll what's your goal for tonight? What's our reward? Oh, that's nice. I didn't do a goal tonight. Maybe I will in the next one. What's your reward? Last time I did a goal, I was trying to test out one of the features, and it was like, if I got 10 super chats during the live stream, I would post 10 of the funniest pictures of the dogs on YouTube. And I did because you guys sent 10 super chats. Some people sent multiple 99-cent ones and whatever. And it was just a test just to see, and to see how that worked. It's kind of weird though to say like, hey, send a bunch of super chats and I'll do this thing. So we're kind of getting back to that like sponsorship thing. It's kind of a weird thing. But Anna, I have a question for you. Because if you guys go to Anna's Adventure channel, it's Anna and Roxy. You probably have seen her channel. She has the little wiener dog. So, yeah, her dog's about this big compared to my dogs. But my question is, you post videos on your channel, I think every day. And Anna will do shorts, but she'll do long videos, you know, 10 minutes long, something like that. I think every day. And I wanted to ask her, and so she's watching right now. What is your motivation for posting every day? And why do you post every day? And also, like, just how do you do that? How do you there's a lot of YouTubers that do that, post every day. For me, it's like three days a week, 3 videos a week. Now, my videos I think are more edited than her videos, and I kind of put a little bit of music in there sometimes. I spend several hours editing my videos. Usually, sometimes it'll only be 4 hours to edit, but a lot of times it's closer to like 6 hours to edit each video that you guys see on the channel. So I think Anna's are a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit less edited. So it's probably easier. But so that's my question for you, Anna. Why and how? Did she post? I think it's every day. Is that seven videos a week? I mean, that's crazy. Especially when you're living this lifestyle. Like, how do you always have a signal? Okay, I'm gonna go through these real fast. Hey, thanks, Christopher John. That's nice. Rewards of Wanderlust asks about AdSense. And AdSense is like when the ads come up on our videos, then the creator gets paid. Basically, is how it works. So every time, for every view I get for a video, I get about a half a penny. So that kind of gives you an idea. So what's that? 100 views, I earn about 50 cents. It's about average. So you need a lot of views. And if you look at my videos, like, they get a decent amount of views and it's always going up. Like, it seems like people do like the channel. So we get more and more views as time goes on, but it's pretty slow. A lot of our videos don't get very many views, especially, I mean, compared to a lot of creators. Eventually, that'll change. That's why I'm always asking you guys to subscribe. By the way, we got 47 thumbs up and about the same number in the chat right now. So if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. Carlsbad Caverns. I can't really go there because I got the dogs, and I could, but that's where you pay for a tour. I did that when I was a kid. And I loved it. But I'm always thinking about the dogs. Where can I camp with the dogs? And then if I have to leave the dogs in the rig, I have to figure that all in. Sometimes I don't want to. It depends on the situation. Depends a lot on the weather too. Yeah, no, Echo's Tracker, I freaking love that thing. And I've said this before, like, I think it costs about $10 a month for the service. And the tracker is really inexpensive to buy, just to buy the unit. But I love that thing, and they should sponsor me because I put that thing. I mean, Echo runs around with it like crazy, right? And he gets it wet and gets in the rain and the snow and all that stuff. But we're in these weird locations and we're not hooked up to Wi-Fi. Most people that use that tracker, they're going to have a Wi-Fi system in their house. So we are a really good harsh test case for that product. And seriously, I absolutely love it. And what I've said before is it costs like $10 a month, but I would pay a lot more. I don't want them to know that, but I would pay more than that per month for it. And one cool thing that I do now is when I hike, I'm almost always hiking with Echo. And I can go back after the end of our hike. I did it today, and I can pull up the app, and it'll show the whole route that we went, and I can see exactly where we were, and it'll tell me how many miles we went, and it'll tell me the time we started and the time we ended. You just kind of rewind it. You can rewind your whole path for like a few days. I think you can rewind. I'm vegan, and the grocery outlet is the bane of my existence, so I steer clear. When you eat well, then it builds for sure. I just got a Sam's Club membership. One of our subscribers said you need to get a Sam's Club membership, and so I did. Otherwise, I only shop at Costco and Walmart. But there's no Costco's in this area, and I like this area a lot. And I could save a lot of money if there was a Costco. But I found out Sam's Club, it's like $50 a year. They have pretty much the same prices and the same stuff as Costco. So I'm super pumped about that. And they have this app, and you can do the pickup. So I haven't even been inside yet. I drove down to the Sam's Club, and they brought all the food out to me, plus the pizza, which that's going to be in a video coming up too, my Sam's Club experience. I've been trying to stop drinking Coca-Cola. Oh, grilled cheese sandwich. That's what I need. I have cheese and I have bread and butter. I hardly ever make grilled cheese sandwiches, but I need to start doing that because that's like kind of that greasy snack food that I can get away with. Soda pop is yeah. I don't drink soda. I don't drink soda. I mean, I would like I'm not against it. I never buy it. I never buy soda pop. This is just water. Sometimes I buy the kombucha from Costco, but I just drink water and coffee. I have 1 cup of coffee every morning. This is our life. This is how this guy that I haven't shaved in a while. And when did I did take a shower like 3 days ago, I think. This is how I live. You guys are seeing the real deal right now. My eyes are kind of hurting me. I think I got to put in some eye drops. I had a grizzly stomping around my 4Runner at night. Did you see it though, or did you just hear it? You saw paw prints in the morning. Okay. Well, it could have been a Bigfoot. Scotty. Quality has been perfect today. Thanks, Patrick, for letting me know. You're the first person to let me know about the signal, the audio and the video signal. That's important to me. Because I don't want you guys to have to watch like a crappy live stream. So I can do more live streams from this location in this area because of that. And it's really good to know. Yeah, I've been to Santa Fe. I would like to get over there, like into New Mexico. If you go to Anna's Adventures, she was showing her and Roxy at White Sands, and I've always wanted to go there. But I usually don't take my dogs into the national parks. But watching her video, it like inspired me. I was like, whoa, I should just go there, because she was showing how she went in there, and then there was places around there where you could camp for free, and that's what I want to do. I want to camp for free, because dogs, they have a rough time at national parks. Like a lot of times they're not really allowed to hike around on the trails. But I'd like to go to Colorado. I've been to Colorado. I've been to those places, but I'd like to go back. Sandy says, hey, got out, missed running into you in the queue. We're now in New Mexico. Hey, Sandy. I met a lot of people in Quartzsite. I think if I go back there next year, I'll go to one of the YouTuber meetups, and so we can all kind of meet on one day. Because I did have fun meeting people. It wasn't as weird as I thought, but I did meet some. Everybody was friendly, and safe, but it's just when you meet different people, it's like, whoa, there's a lot of different kinds of people. But it was fun. It was really fun. And I would just go to like the grocery store or the post office, and people would stop me. And that was cool. That was my favorite way to meet people, actually, was just randomly. I was just shocked. And then, like, the people I was camped around, and they would kind of change. Like, it'd be like somebody would be there 1 month, and then they'd move on. Maybe someone else would come in later. And practically, I think everybody I was camped around was a subscriber. And that's just crazy. It was crazy. YouTube has a wide reach. I mean, obviously, right? But what I'm saying is, like, YouTube has this, it's this crazy power of, like, finding people and then engaging with them through this format, through video. Christy says, sell products. I love AG1, but I can't take spirulina. Point being, there are great products out there. Yeah, I think that's the product that, no. I'm thinking of Tideline to Alpine. Yeah, they're always doing these AG1, these beverages. I think Tideline to Alpine, she does something else. She might do AG1. But see, I don't even know, because I just fast forward. I'm like, oh, she's doing her ad. And it's like so long. It's like 2.5 minutes. But I don't fault her for that, because she's just trying to figure out a way to keep her channel going. And she has a very artistic, creative channel. And I think that's freaking awesome. And you kind of have to do that. You don't want it to be annoying is like the key. And a lot of people don't like Nomadic Fanatic, but I honestly, in the morning, when I see that he's uploaded a video, I'm like, oh, I'm excited. I make my coffee and then I sit down and watch his video. I don't watch all of his videos, but a lot of them. Now you talk about dramatic, right? And sometimes my videos are dramatic, but his drama is in a kind of a different way. But it's entertaining, and he has a lot of information. Like, you can learn a lot from watching his videos. But I know a lot of people don't like Nomadic Fanatic. Oh, Catherine Gregory. I've seen her channel. She shows... I don't watch her stuff a lot, but I am subscribed to her channel. I don't think she does very good thumbnails and titles. They're not very intriguing. They don't draw me in and make me think like, oh, I've got to watch this video. There's a reason why I want to watch this video. Because a lot of times they'll just say like, hiking in New Mexico. And it's like, yeah, I hike all the time. Like, you're not really going to show me anything interesting. But if she said like, this piece of equipment failed me while I was hiking in New Mexico, then I'd be like, oh, what is it? The kind of thing. Yeah, if I ever do any cringe ads, and you guys, no, I haven't gotten any comments like that before, but if I ever do anything that's cringe or whatever, then yeah, let me know. It's fine. I get negative comments, like I get bad comments. For the most part, really, I get really good comments. It's really rare I get a negative comment. I used to get a lot more. Do I ever travel to the Midwest? No. Wait. The Midwest? Your question's too confusing for me. Campulence Man. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a cool channel. LeBeau Girl says, also, you do good at editing your video and are creative with little cliffhangers. Oh, thanks. I like doing the cliffhangers. Whenever I get a topic or something happens, I'm like, oh, this would work good as a cliffhanger, like a teaser for the next episode to get you to want to watch. I love that because I get to edit a little bit, like kind of make it catchy and fun. And I try to do it like an honest way, so it's not like the classic cliffhanger where you get excited and then you watch it and it's like not what you were expecting, or it's not fulfilling. Like it's not fulfilling. And in fact, if you guys watch the video that I'm going to release tomorrow, there's a cliffhanger at the end. It's a little teaser of the video to come. I'm trying to make it fun. Yeah, it's like, and that's one of the things I get from that TV show Lost, is cliffhangers. You know, it's like, oh no, what's gonna happen? It gets you excited, and that's what I like to do. I like to kind of push the mystery, push the give you a reason to kind of hang on and keep watching. I really like that. A little bit of mystery, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of drama. You want to see some drama? Go to Anna's Adventures and watch her short that she put out today. I think it was today. And you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll just see the thumbnail for it. I was thinking she needs to put some dramatic music behind it, though, like some scary music. It doesn't really need scary music, but you could put scary music in there. I think you would come up with informative videos for products. Yeah, I'm really into like the gear. And honestly, I don't use a lot of gear. I'm not a gear hound, but I recognize that gear is important. And there's certain things that I really trust, pieces of gear that I really trust and that I rely on. And it might not necessarily be that brand, but it's like that thing that I use all the time. And so I do have some ideas. I mean, I have tons of ideas for videos. Like I never run out of ideas for videos. A lot of times it's just kind of vlogs or like what happened that day, and then sometimes you'll see me put out videos where I'm talking about real specific things that I want to talk about or show. Rewards of Wanderlust like the dog pictures, the funniest dog pictures. They were good. I wanted to do a poll because I got a lot of responses on those pictures. And I thought it'd be cool to do like a poll to find out which is the best crazy dog picture. Hi, V. V. Okay, this person is, their username is V. And I want to ask V. V, are you the V who was like one of my first subscribers, like from at least a few years ago? I'll always remember V. I don't know if this is the same V, but there was somebody named V, and she sent me a buy me a coffee. And buy me a coffee is where you send the creator $5 and they get $5. Or they get like $4.50 or something like that. And it's supposed to kind of just help them out. And she bought me, I can't remember if it was 1 or 10 or something like that. But it was one of the first donations I got from somebody doing my YouTube channel. And it made me so happy. And that was V. I don't know if it's this V. I'm sure this person will say if it is. Anna says, okay, she's answering my question. My videos are fluff. The more I travel, the more content I have. Well, yeah, that makes sense. No, I don't watch Traveling Robert. I don't think I've seen any of his videos. Aloysius is at a campsite right now. 1 month in the van. Awesome. Yeah, I hate the YouTube ads too. There's so many ads now when I watch YouTube. And people have asked me before, like, should I skip your ads? And I always tell people, yeah, skip the ads. If you can hit that skip button, you should skip it. The truth is, like, I don't get my half a penny if you hit the skip button. I think you have to not hit the skip button for like a certain amount of time, and then I can earn my half a penny. But the skip button is there so you have an opportunity to not be annoyed. And I don't want people to be annoyed by the ads, but we do need to run ads because it's how we can keep making videos. But that's why I always tell people, hit the skip button. Like, I hit the skip button all the time. Well, another thing I do is I always hit the thumbs up button. For creators that I like, I always hit the thumbs up button just because it's one easy thing I can do and I know it helps them out. That's just for like creators that I really like and appreciate. Otherwise, I just watch the video, skip the ads, fast forward through parts I don't like. Yeah, Lucius, that guy probably had a construction generator. The construction generators, they're super cheap and they're really powerful, but they're stupid. Like they're so noisy. What you got to do is, I mean, not you're saying somebody nearby in your camp ran one of those, and what they need is an inverter generator. They're a little bit more expensive. They're not as powerful, um, but they're super quiet. My inverter generator is so quiet. I love it. And I mean, I rarely need to use it, but when I do, it doesn't. The noise doesn't bother me, and I know it doesn't bother my neighbors because it's super quiet. Someone camped nearby me the other day, and they had a generator, and I was like, oh crap! But it was actually, I think it was the same brand that I have, and it was super quiet. It's like, oh, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, how much data is a 1 hour live stream? I don't know. I have an unlimited data plan, and it seems to work for me. They do throttle it if you go over a certain amount, but it doesn't seem to be a problem for me for my usage. So I do everything off of my phone, my cell phone plan, whatever you want to call it. The reason I don't shave is because I don't want to shave every day. Like I don't see people. The reality is like I see thousands of people see me because I'm doing a YouTube channel. But I just kind of ignore that. I'm like, ah, you guys aren't real, right? So I'm not seeing you in person, so I don't have to shave. But it does bug me. Like I wish I didn't have to shave. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just grow it out. But I kind of just don't want to be one of those long beard nomads. I don't know why, but I just kind of don't want to. So I let it grow about like this, and I've been thinking about shaving for the last several days. It's not still snowing. It's raining right now. Tomorrow's video, you're going to see a lot of snow. And you're going to see a lot of mud. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. And the mud is actually worse than the snow because the mud, you still can't leave because you'll get stuck in the mud. And it's filthy. With two dogs, it's like impossible. It was impossible. But I just had to like kind of just chill out. And so it's going to be okay. Once the mud dries in the trailer, you can clean it up. I have some techniques to keep the dog's feet from getting too muddy, but I didn't think about it because it doesn't happen too often. Usually they bring in dirt all the time and you just deal with it. But like I'd put Dodger up in the bed and just covered in mud from his paws. There's nothing you can do. I mean, this is not a clean lifestyle. Like you are a dirty person. But the way I think of it is it's just dirt. And now for me, like dirt is kind of clean. Like I always feel like dirt is sterile. Like if I'm out in the middle hiking around, I do this all the time actually, and I get something nasty on me. Like say I touch a bone, or I have to wipe eye boogers off of Echo or something like that, or he gets slobber on me, or it seems like yeah, I'm always touching like I touch something dead or whatever. Then I rub my hands in the dirt, and I'm like, oh, that's clean. Picking up the poop wipes with my hands was cringe. I did put a glove on. Hey, random spirit. Writing a screenplay. Now that takes a lot of time. I've done stuff like that before too. And Talk about a cliffhanger, you guys. I got something coming up. And oh, actually, in random spirit, I should eventually I'm gonna send you something, hopefully, because maybe you can give me your thoughts on it. V says, I've been watching your videos for a very long time and I love them. So, V, are you the V? Did you send me a buy me a coffee? Because V did, man, and that was like such a big deal. When you're like, I think about that a lot. It's like when you're a new creator and you get a response, just getting positive comments, it feels so good. And then when someone sends you $5, it's like, wow. Because it's, I mean, I've done that with creators that I like. Like you sign up for the Patreon or whatever, because you know it's like going directly to that person, and it takes a lot of effort just to send $5. Like it's a big deal, and V did that back, and that was back in the day. That was, I mean, that was 3 or 4 years ago. Chris says he cut off his beard. Carefree Highway says I'm looking at a Wen generator. Well, yeah, actually, I love my Wen generator. The truth is, it's the only generator I've ever owned. So, I might not be the best person to speak about like what the best generator is, but I know they're really inexpensive. I know a lot of other people really do like them. And for me, I freaking love that thing. I had it, I think I bought it like within the first 6 months when I started living in the trailer. So I've had it for years now. I did have, when I was in quartzsite, somebody repaired it for me, and actually he didn't even really do anything to it. He took the spark arrestor off, and he's like, you don't need that. And he adjusted the idle for me. The idle screw had popped out, and so I've had that problem a couple times now. But other than that, now it runs great. It runs my air conditioner again, and that is huge. It runs my air conditioner because I have a soft start. So I had to put this little computer box in there. It's like a $300 box that you attach to the air conditioner, and then a small generator like the Wen that I have can run it. So I love the Wen generator, and the main thing is they're very inexpensive. So as long as you maintain it, you have to change the oil regularly and stuff like that, clean the air filter out. Then I think for most people they'll last a long time. And I do this full time, so I use it. You know, Sometimes I'll use it like every day, but generally I don't. I'm not using it. I'm not. I rely on my solar power for the most part, but sometimes I do need to use the generator. So I use it quite a fair amount. I think compared to people who just go out camping on the weekends. Oh, my heater just turned on. Can you guys hear that? What was your very first video and what inspired you to make it? Well, you can go on YouTube and you can see my first YouTube video. I found a pirate ship in the woods. I think that's my first video. I literally did find a pirate ship, like a Goonies freaking pirate ship. Mount St. Helens. Debbie's gonna be in Mount St. Helens. I used to camp there with the dogs at the. They got a state park there called. I think it's called Seaview. I think it's called Seaview. It's a state park, and The thing is, you can kind of see Mount St. Helens from there, but not really. But I love that place. I'm pretty sure it is called Seaview. I love that state park, and we stayed there many, many nights during the off season, which is would be like October, November, December, maybe that kind of thing. So it's cheaper. It was cheaper. It was like I think it was $20 a night, with no hookups. I think yeah, I stayed there with no hookups. I just used my 2 solar panels because that time of the year, all the leaves on the trees are gone. You know, there's still pine trees and stuff like that, but if you pick a site with enough light, that's what I did. Oh, I loved staying at the state parks. I missed that, but man, that was expensive. I went through a lot of money staying at the state parks, but that's where I got my nomad legs, like where I learned how all this stuff works, how to live in a trailer, how to deal with the dogs, how to tow. Man, I learned so much. There's so many state parks that I stayed at. So Debbie, that's awesome. Maybe you'll stay at that state park. Spark arrester is required in national forest. Is that true? I wonder if that's true. I'll have to look that up. Christy says Rainbow Falls State Park. Yeah. Now Rainbow Falls, man, that's a. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend that one because you have to drive to hike. You can camp there, but if you want to go hiking, you have to drive somewhere else. But I loved staying at that park. I spent so many days and nights there at Rainbow Falls State Park. For me personally, that's one of my favorite state parks. But I would not recommend it to anybody. I wouldn't, just because the hiking there it's really silly. A bridge got washed out to the trail, so you have to drive to go hike on the trails. But so I had one of the craziest nights there. But we'll talk about that in another time. I mean, craziest like few days. It was insane, and there is some video of it actually. One of my videos shows the aftermath. It was basically a crazy snowstorm, trees falling, windshields getting busted out, crazy, just crazy. A tree came down like just like feet from my rig. You only have one solar panel of 250 watts. Well, this will make you feel good. For the last 4 years, I've only had 200 watts on my roof. And now I have 400, but that's only in the last like 3 months. So, and I've done just fine with 200 watts. Tap the arrestor with a hammer to get the carbon buildup out. That's actually pretty good. I would always take it out and clean it with a wire brush. But it makes sense to actually hit it. And probably a lot of that carbon would fall off. All right, you guys. I'm going to make my pizza. We hike Lewis and Clark daily. I've hiked. Oh, at the state park there. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. That's making me think of Astoria and Goonies again. Astoria's in Oregon. All right, you guys. It was awesome hanging out with you guys. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all your comments and questions. It was a blast. We'll do this again. Stay tuned because tomorrow I'm going to release a video. And don't forget there's a cliffhanger at the end. There is a cliffhanger at the end. And the video after that will be, so that's in a few days, will be the scariest. It's definitely the scariest moment in the last 5 years of my life. And in my whole life, it's up there. It could be the top. Very close. All right, I'll catch you guys later. It was good seeing all of you guys. A lot of the same faces.